Hello everyone, I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's hard level difficulty puzzle, and it's called Rat Run 37, Fruitful by Marty Sears. And here are the rules. We need to fill the grid with the digits 1 through 9 so that each row and column in each row and column one of the digits 1 through 9 is missing, and one of the digits is repeated. Okay, interesting. So this is not normal Sudoku rules or anything else like that. Every digit from 1 through 9 is missing from exactly one row and one column, and repeated in exactly one row and one column. Use the orange arrows to keep track of missing digits, and the blue arrows to keep track of repeated digits. So I've never actually done this rule set. This is interesting. So in each row and column, you're going to have 7 digits one time, and 1 digit twice. And 1 digit is going to be missing, and it must be missing from exactly one row, and it must be repeated in exactly one row also, and one column also. Interesting. So, for example... Okay, let's just continue. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. That was a really good way of putting the rule set. We have aim of experiment. F and P must both reach different cupcakes by finding a path through the maze. The paths must not visit any cell more than once, share cells, cross themselves or each other, or pass through any maze walls. As well as moving orthogonally, which is horizontally and vertically, they may move diagonally if there is a 2x2 space in which to do so, but may never pass diagonally through a round wall spot on the corner of a cell. So let's say this is F. F could do something like that. That is perfectly valid. And they could do something like that. That one is also perfectly valid, because there is space for her to do so in this 2x2 space. What she cannot do, though, is go this way, because there is a rounded wall spot in the corner of the cell. And her path may not cross her own path, and she can't cross or share a cell with P's path either. So keep that in mind. We have forbidden doors, where a red X may not be passed through and sits between 2 digits that sum to 10. So, for example, if this were a 3 here, this would have to be a 7, because these 2 digits must add up to 10, because there's an X between them. And no rat can go between these 2 cells, because then they would, it's basically a forbidden door. We have black courants, where if a black courant sits between 2 digits, one is double the other. We also have red courants, where if a red courant sits between 2 digits, one is odd and the other is even. So let's use this as an example. If this were 3, this would have to be a 6, because that's the only digit which is in a 1-to-2 ratio with 3. And if this were 3 here, this would have to be an even cell, so it could be 2, 4, 6, or 8. So those would all be possible, because of the red courant between the 2 digits. We also have grapes, where if a grape sits between 2 digits, they have a difference of at least 5. So if this were 8 here, this would have to be 1, 2, or 3, because the only digits which are 5 or more away from 8 are 1, 2, and 3. We have golden berries, where if a golden berry sits between 2 digits, they are not consecutive or the same. So, for example, if this were 7 here, this could not be 6, 7, or 8 here. it would have to be one of the other digits because it cannot be the same or consecutive because there's a golden berry between those two cells. The test constraint. In this experiment, a rat's path is divided into segments by any fruit she eats. And the digits on each segment have the same sum, which is to be determined. And the segment sum may be different for Finks, for F, and P. So these are essentially, well, not region sum lines, but they're basically sum lines, where segment sum lines, I guess, where the segment is basically any segment up until you reach a fruit, which is why I guess this is fruitful. So in this, any fruit, each segment has to have the same sum for the difference from a fruit to the end of the line or a fruit to another fruit. So every segment is basically a fruit with a fruit or a fruit to the end of the line. And all the segments on a path must sum to the same sum. So this is typically called a region sum line, but we don't have regions here. So I guess a segment sum line is what this is. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. Okay. One thing we have here. In column 8, or 7, we have 7 digits, which must be next to a black Kropki dot. There are only 6 possible digits possible in a black Kropki dot. So, that means we know one of the missing digits is a digit that cannot be next to a black Kropki dot. And one of the duplicates is one that must be next to a black Kropki dot in column 7. So, what do we have here? These have to be some combination of 2 and 4. We must be missing a 5, 7, 9 again in column 7, and we have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 8 be duplicated. Because these are all digits next to black Kropki dots. And 5, 7, and 9 can never be next to a black Kropki dot, because if you have 5 or you double 5, if you have 5, 7, or 9, you get 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. If you double 5, 7, or 9, you get 10, 14, or 18, and none of which are digits, which is why they can't be next to a black Kropki dot. So this is guaranteed to be 5, 7, or 9. This is guaranteed to be 5, 7, or 9, and we're missing one digit here as 5, 7, or 9. These have to be some set of 2, 4, 1, and 8. This has to then be 2, 4, 24. So we have 2 and 4, and then this 1 and 8 here. And then this has to be 3 or 6 with 3 or 6 and 3 or 6. But we don't know which. So the 3 or the 6 has to be duplicated. Because there's no. So this can't be 3 digits here. Of like 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8 to be in a 1 to 2 ratio. Because the other remaining digit is not going to be in a 1 to 2 ratio with either 3 or 6, if that's the case. We cannot duplicate 1, 2, 4, or 8. This has to be a 2, 4 pair here, which would force this to be 1 or 8 here. So we have to have this duplicates as a 3 or 6. That means these digits add up to 10. So it's with 4 or 7 there. So in these, so the interesting aspect is, where can the paths go through? Okay, so we have, let's mark boundaries with red, where we cannot go through the forbidden doors. The interesting aspect of this all is that a lot of these spaces are only just a single digit. So the question is, can we get, like, do we have to go through a set where we have a single digit? And I think the answer is yes, for both F and P. So P cannot go just this route because these are different parities, so they can't be the same sum. So P could go here or go this way. F, the problem with F is going to have to go either here to get to a cupcake or there to get through a cupcake. So she's guaranteed to have one digit in one of these sets be the same. Oh, that's not true. Oh, so she cannot go this route. If she tries going this route, the problem is that these digits would have to have a difference of at least 5. So they cannot be the same digit. And this would have to be, so this digit, it would be a segment if she goes this route. And it would be the same as this digit here, because this is going to have to go a single cell here, and then it gets to a fruit. But this has to be in a 1-to-2 ratio. So she cannot go this route here at all. So this is removed as a possibility for her to go. So she has to go this way. So she has to go here. And she has to go through there. Interesting. She cannot go this way, because if she goes this way, the problem is those cannot be the same digit. And they would have to be the same digit, because that would be a segment here, and that would be a segment here. So she cannot go this route, which means this route cannot be reached. She has to go this way. She cannot go this route because then again, these two digits cannot be the same. They must be in a 1-to-2 ratio. So she must go this route here. That's interesting. So I don't think she can ever go to a route that's going to be less than... She can't go to a route that's going to be 1 cell long. I don't think. It's going to be tough. This is interesting. So this, she's either going to have 3 cells here, and then a long stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at least here. Or it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells that way. So either way, she's going to have to get through a set of 6 cells to add up to be the segment sum. Huh. Well, it cannot be 6 cells here. Because if this is 6 cells here, that would add up to 16 at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 duplicated. But this is never going to add up to 16. So she has to go this route. So she cannot go this way. So none of them can reach that way. So she has to go here. Has to go there. And this has to be at... So what's the minimum? This is 3 and 5 at minimum. That's 8. This has to be 1, 2, 3, and 1 at minimum, which is 7. So this must be 6 here. So we have to have 6 and 9 here. This has to be 3 and 3 to be in a 1 to 2 ratio. So the duplicate here is 3. This is 5. This must be 1, 2, 3, and 1. Which means we have a 1 duplicated here. So the remaining digits in this column have to be either 4 through 9, and this digit is 5 or more away from 1, 2, or 3. So it could be 6, 7, 8, or 9. That adds up to 10 with 1, 2, 3, or 4. Um, 3 is not consecutive with 5, 7, or 9. These must add up to 15 here. This is even, so this must be odd here. So we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 here. No, this must add up to 15. So this no 1, 3, 5. It's 7 or 9 here. Because this is even because of the 9. So this is 2, 4, 6. It has to be 6 or 8 here. 7 or 9, which is 4 or more away, 5 or more away from 1 through 4. And she cannot go this path because that's going to be too few. 4 plus 11 adds up to 15. So she has to go this path here. So it cannot go 2, again, digits. It has to be 3 digits at least. So she has to go this way. Then this way. So this is 6, 9, or 7, 8 to add up to this. That makes this 1 through 4. It could be any of 1 through 4 there. So that's 15, 15, 15. It likely goes this way, right? Don't have any information there. There. So she cannot go down this path. She can't go here. She can't have a singleton, essentially. Oh. So what happens? She cannot go all the way down here. But she could do something like this. That could be the case. Then to here. Or she could just go straight here, right? To the cupcake. We don't know. She cannot go down this path. Actually, none of the rats, I think, can go down this path. Yeah. So this is not possible. Right now, that's not possible. We don't know about this way. This is not possible. So none of them can go this way or that way. This is not possible then either, because the rat would go here and then get stuck. This is obviously not possible. These would have the same digit, if that were the case, and then, but they would not be opposite parities, obviously. She can't go this way either. P can't go this way because it's the same problem, right? They would be the same digit, which would not have opposite parities. So P has to go this route. And it could be 3 digits, then 2, then 1, then 3 again. That's potentially possible. P can never get to this cupcake. Because if she does, she's going to block F from getting to the other cupcake, right? So P has to get to this cupcake. F must get to here. This can't be 5. 5 can never be next to a grape. Because 5 is not... Oh, well, that's interesting. So this has to be 4 through 9. 5 can't be next to a grape because 5, if you subtract 5 or more from 5, you get 0 or less. If you add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more, none of which are normal Sudoku digits. This can't be 5 here because of 5 in the column. This is 7 or 9, and it cannot be consecutive with 8. So this must be 1, but we were figuring that out anyways. If this were 4, it can't be next to 1 or 8 here. So this has to be a high digit. So this is 1, which makes that in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2, which is 4, which is 8 there. So this cannot be 5. It's 7 or 9 that's missing here. 8 is here. 1 is 5. So this cannot go... She cannot go this route. If she tries to go this route, then this is going to be 1 and then 9 at best, which is 10, which does not sum to the same sum. So, can she go all 4 down here? The answer is probably not, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. We already have our duplicate in column 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7 is 22. So F has to go this route. And then here. And then here. Okay. These must add up to 15. So we have 6, 7, 8, and 9 there. This must add up to 15. This must add up to 15. And we know there are no duplicates here. So this cannot be 4 or 5. It's 6, 7, 8, or 9. That 6, 7, 8, or 9 eliminates 6, 7, 8, or 9 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. It's 4. And it can't be 5 because it's next to a grape. So this is missing 5 here in column 8. 4 can only be 4, 5 or more away from 9. So that's 9. And 6 and 9 add up to 15. This cannot be 6 and 9. It's 7 or 8. 6 cannot be here. This cannot be 7 because of the golden berry, which means the digits are not consecutive, and therefore this can't be 8 or 9 here. If this were 7 or 8, it's guaranteed to be either the same digit or consecutive with 8 or 9 there. So this cannot be 7 or 8, so this must be a 6-9 pair. That eliminates 6, 9 in the rest of the column, so this can't be 6, it's 7. That makes this 7 and 8 to add up to 15. 7 is odd, so this must be even, so that's 8 and 7 there. 7 is odd there, so this can't be 9. It's 6, which makes this 9 there. That means 9 and 1 add up to 10. 9 can be with 1, 2, or 3 there. 1, 2, or 3 has to be next to 6, 7, 8, or 9 here. So here we have a duplicate of 6, 7, 8, or 9. Because it must be 5 away from 1, 2, or 3. Which means the remaining digits in this column have to be 2, 3, 4, or 5. So we're missing, it cannot be missing a 5 here because we're missing a 5 in column 8. So it's missing 2, 3, or 4. So this is 4 and 8. I don't think we can go this route. We can't go diagonally across. 4, 8 that would be 3 digits, and it would all have to be 1. Well, that is... No, it could be 4. It would have to be 4 digits, which means 4 plus 8 plus 4 ones is 16, so that's not possible. So she has to go this route. So she has to go this route, cannot go immediately through that, so she must go through there. Interesting. So that means she cannot go this way because P goes that way. Can't go that way, obviously. Can't reach here. Can't reach there. So then she has to go this route and then back this way because she can't get to the... Oh, she could go to this cupcake. So P is going to have to go this route. Interesting. So P is going to have to go here. Which means she cannot go this way. She has to go this way again. She can't go enter here and then enter here. Because then she gets in some weird loop. So this is not possible. So she has to go this route. Because again, these digits have a difference of at least 5. They're not the same digit. So she can't go that way because of that. So then she has to go here to here. And she could go to the cupcake potentially. Or F could go to the cupcake here. Oh, so actually there is a path where P can go to this cupcake. Interesting. And in fact likely has to. Huh. This has to be 3. And these 2 digits, this has to be 8 or 9 to be 5 or more away from 3. That leaves us as 1 through 4 there. And this must be 6 or 7 to be with the 8 or 9. So we must be duplicating 8 or 9 here. And I don't know what we're missing here. 6 or 7 is going to be 5 or more away from 1 or 2. We have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 5 cannot be... Oh, we're missing 5 in row 9. Because 5 cannot be next to a grape. So this has to be 1, 2, 6, 7 here. This digit is going to be the sum of... It cannot be... Well, we don't know what that is. It's at least 3 digits, but they're not necessarily unique. Okay. We don't have any relationship there. So these are different parities, and yet they must sum up to the same sum. So that means if this is odd, this is even. If this is even, that's odd. So that means to sum up, these have to be odd? Is that right? Yes, they have to be odd. So odd plus odd would make it even. Even plus odd... Oh, sorry. Odd plus even would make an odd. So this must be odd no matter what. So if we have 6 there, that would force this to be 1. That would force this to be 2. And 6 and 2 would be even. So this cannot be 6. And these have to be 2 different digits because we are already duplicating the 8 and 9 in this row. So this has to be 7 and 1, I think, right? We have to have 7, 1 here. That's 6. So this is 6 and 9. This is an even 7 and 1. That means this must be 7, 1, and 1 to add up to 9. So this must be 2 here to be 5 or more away from 7. We have a duplicate 9. Column. Oh, we have 2 duplicates here. No. Wait, that's not... Okay. No, it's one of each. Okay, so that's why it doesn't work. So this cannot be 6 here. And these... Could it be 1 and 2 here? That could actually work. So if this is 6, this is 1. If this is 6, that's 1. So we're guaranteed a 1 here, which means the odd digit here is 1. And we have to have an even digit in the as the rest of it. So it's 1 and 2, so this is 6 or 7. Okay, good. So then this adds up to 3. I don't know. So this is at least 6 and 1, so it's 7. So this must be 3. So this is at least 7, 8, or 9 here. That leaves this as 1 through 4 there to be 5 or more away from the 7, 8, or 9. This could be 4. 1, 2, 4, and 7. Add up. 1, 2, 5, and 8. 1, 2, 6, and 9. So each of these combinations, 4 with 7, 5 with 8, 6 and 9, has already a 4, 8, and a 6 in the row. So the duplicate here must be 4, 6, or 8. So that means we have no more duplicates in this row 8. So this can't be 4 here. No more 4, 6, or 8. This is 6 or 7. That's pretty broad. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 as possibilities. These add up to 10. These add up to 10 also. These two must add up to this digit. So this cannot be... Oh. So these are opposite parities also. So that means this must be odd. Since this must be odd, that's 7, which makes that 6. 6 can only be next to 1 out of the digits 4, 5 away from each other or more. That makes this 2. So 6 and 9 add up to 15, so this is 9. That means this cannot add up to 7, so it's 8 or 9, which makes this 1 or 2. So it cannot be 2, 1, and 4. It has to be 2, 5, or 6 with the 8. So that means 6 or 8 is the duplicate in row 8. This is 8 or 9. 5 or 6, it's hard to see the rat. These add up to 8 or 9. We're not sure which. So this must be 1 through 7 here, right? These add up to 8 or 9. So 1 through 8. No, again, this cannot be 5 or 7 because it's next to a black digit. This is 1 through 4, so this must be a high. Interesting. So this is 6, 7, or 8. That means to add up to 8 or 9, we cannot have 3, 4, 6. We could have 3. So 1, 2, 3 with 6, 7, or 8 is possible. Okay. 1 to 2 ratio. 1 could be with 2. 2 could be with 1 or 4. We cannot have a duplicate 1, though, here because of... we already have a duplicate 1 in column 8. So this is not 1. So if this is 1, this is 2. If this is 2, that's 4. If this is 3, this is 6. So those are the only possibilities. This digit cannot be consecutive with 4, cannot be the same as 4, so no 5, 7 because of the golden berry there. Um, 6 is even here, so this cannot be even. So this is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So that's fine. Okay. Hmm. What else do we? So P could just go here, potentially. Um, okay, so what can F do? Can F ever get here? The answer is no. Because she goes this way, she can't go to the cupcake if she's going to the other cupcake. So she has to go here, but then this is a single digit, which does not sum to 15. So F is going to have to go this way, which means P has to go through this way. P has to go here, and then here, and then here. So that's going to be the path. And it could be just a singleton. It could be 4 cells. It could be just 3 cells. We don't know. Okay. Don't really have very much else. Um, okay, this cannot be 4, because if this were 4, it would have to be next to a 9 on both grapes, and this cannot be 9, because of the way that this sums up. So this cannot be 4. Again, we could have 7, 1, and 1 potentially here. That is possible. That's why we have 7 as a possibility there. So this... Oh, that's interesting. These are opposite parities, and these are opposite parities. So these must be the same parity here. And since these are the same parity, these are guaranteed to be opposite parity because of the red courant. Which means these must add up. These have to be different parities also. Because these are the same, these are different parities. So they must add up to an odd digit, which is 9. And this is 1, 2, and 6 here. We have the 6 duplicated here. This is 2 and 7 to add up to 9 there. That means the 6 is the duplicate. We do not have a 2 or a 9 available anymore in the row. This is a 1-3 pair here. That eliminates 1 and 3 in the rest of the row, so we're missing 5 or 7. We cannot be missing a 5 because we're already missing a 5 in row 9. So we're missing a 7 here, which makes this a 5. This is 1 or 3. 3. Ooh, hold up. I messed up. Apologies for that. Okay. This is still the same. This logic is still the same, so that's fine. This logic is not, though. No 2 here. Ugh. I'm not clicking correctly. No 9 here. Remaining digits are 1, 3, 5, 7. This can't be 3 or 5, not 5 or 7. Probably people were yelling at me because of that. Anyways, this cannot be missing a 5. Where is the 5 then in row 8? It has to be here. So this still is 5. We're missing 1, 3, or 7 here. We're not sure which in row 8. Okay. This is even, so this must be odd here. We have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 here. We cannot have a duplicate 1 because we've already duplicated 1 in column 8. So this is 3, 5, 7, or 9. This adds up to 15. So 5 and 3, these are always going to add up. So this is odd, even odd, which makes this even. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8 there. This must be an odd number to add up to an odd sum, because we have an odd digit here, which is an even sum. So even plus odd gives you an odd sum of 15. So this must be odd. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 also. That makes this even. 2, 4, 6, 8 there. That must add up with 2, 4, 6, 8 here, which means this cannot be 2 and 8. That would give us 2 duplicates in row 7, which is not possible. So this is 4 and 6 added together. That eliminates, we don't know if that eliminates 6 in the rest of the row, because we already have a duplicate 6 in row 8. 4 is in a 1-to-2 ratio with 2 or 8, and 6 is in a 1-to-2 ratio with 3. 4 and 6 must mean 4 and 6 here, adding up to 10. So this is 4, 6 as a pair, adding up to 10. So is this. If this were 6 and 9, we'd have a duplicate 6 and a duplicate 9 in column 6, which is not allowed. We can only have one duplicate. So this cannot be 6 and 9. It's 8 and 7. 4 or 7 here is going to be duplicated in this cell here. Oh, wait, this is 3 and 7. So this must be 7 here, because to add up to 10, that's 3 and 7. That means we're duplicating 7 in column 6, so this cannot be 7 anymore duplicated. That means this can't be 7, so this would have to be 1. That's 3, and we're losing a 7 in row 8. These add up to 9. It cannot be 6 and 3. It must be 4 and 5 here. So 4 and 5 is there. This can't be 4. It's 6, which means this is 4, which means this is the 2 or 8 here. This has to add up to 9. So this is 1 or 7 here. We're missing a 2 in column 6. So this cannot be missing 2 here. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 here. We're missing then another odd digit in row 7. It cannot be 5 or 7. We're missing 1, 3, or 9. And duplicate has to be another. It doesn't have to be odd. It could be even. We cannot have a duplicate 7 in a column, because we already have it in column 7 or column 6. So this cannot be 7 here. These two digits add up to 10, because we have 5 here. So this cannot be 9 here. So this is either 1, 9, 3, 7, or 5, 5. Okay, we have one of these is going to be duplicated here. So this is 1 or 7. This is 7 or 9. We have a 1 and a 9 already. So that means 4 cells already have to contain 3 digits. That means we do not have another duplicate in row 5. So no more 1, 2. It's then 4 or 6 there. So we're duplicating 1 out of 1, 5, 7, 1, 7, or 9. Cannot be 9, so this can't be 9 here. This must be 7. So we're duplicating 1 or 7 here. We're missing a even digit or a 3. So this is 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. These add up to 10. And it cannot be 9. So this must be 3 and 7. So we're duplicating 7 in row 5. Therefore, this can't be 3. That's 2. So 2 is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 4. So we're missing a 6 or an 8 here. Interesting. Oh, I didn't notice that there are these things here. Interesting. So no 2, 3, or 4, 6 or 8. Wait, those are different they're supposed to be different parities. No! That's going to be a fail. Oh. Frig. Dang it. Shoot. Ah, that sucks. That's bad. That's horrible. I think my logic was pretty solid, but the problem is... Oh. It could go this way if it's 9. Okay, so this is not necessarily... Okay. No. No, it can't go this way. If it tries going this route, yeah, it's just can't go 1 immediately here because they're different parities. It would have to go down, but then it's stuck. Shoot. Okay, so I don't know what then this is. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Ugh, we just ran into a problem. I'm not sure how far back I have to go. Shoot. Yeah, I was being kind of haphazard in the way that I was going through it. Let's just clear everything. Okay. X's cannot go through. We cannot go through a path where we have a singleton digit. And so if P goes through this path here, the problem is it would be a singleton digit on each side. They would have to be opposite parities, but they would have to also sum to the same sum. So that's not going to work. So she can't go that way. Same with this. She's going to have to go, this is going to be a singleton digit no matter what if she goes there. So she can't go that way. So she has to go this way. Same with F. If F goes through here, she has to go through the same sum as here. She has to go here. That's a singleton digit, singleton digit. And the problem with that is that this singleton digit would have to be in a 1-to-2 ratio with this digit, and they have to also be the same for the segment sum. So that's not going to work. So she cannot go this path. P can't go this path either because F has to take the only path out now, which is this way. So that's why she can't get entered that way. So F is going to have to go this route. Nabner line has the same thing. This is a singleton here. So she would have to go here and then go out, and they would have to be the same sum, but that would be single digit is the same sum, so she cannot do that. So she must go this way. Can't go this way for the same reasoning. These would be the same sum, but they're in a 1-to-2 ratio, which is not possible. So she has to go this route. So she cannot go here, which means nobody can enter that way. Cannot enter that way, so can't go there. So F has to continue here. Either way she goes, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the way that we figured that out, again, this has to be 2, 4. Next to 1, 8. We're duplicating a 3 or a 6 for this to work. And this has to be at least 6 digits that way or 6 digits that way. Well, this can work if it's 6 digits this way, but this is always going to be 16 at least here, and this is going to be 15 at most. So she cannot go that route. So nobody goes that way, nobody goes that way. She has to go this way. So this must be 3 and 5. That's 8 plus 1, 2, 3, and 1 to add up to 7, which gives us 15. And then this has to be 6 and 9. This is 3 again. We have 1 and 8, 2 and 4, 2 and 4, 1 and 8. These digits are 4 through 9 in column 8. And we're missing a 4 through 9. But this can't be 4, cannot be 5 next to the grape, so 6, 7, 8, 9, which forces this to be 1. And to get to this cupcake, the problem is 1 plus another digit is never adding up to 15. So this is blocked. 1 forces this to be 2 to be in a 1-to-2 ratio, which makes that 4, which makes that 8. So we're missing a 7 or 9 here, and this is 7 or 9, which is not consecutive with 3 and not consecutive with 1. We cannot have 4 digits here. We can't go 3 digits here, then here it's blocked. If we try to go 4 digits, 4, 5, 6, 7 adds up to 22, which is too large. So F is going to have to go this route. Here to here to here to here. Cannot go to the singleton 4. That's too small. So cannot enter here. That's not going to be the same sum. Can't go this way. Can't enter here. So F has to go that way. This is 2 digits adding up to 15. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 2 digits adding up to 16 here. These add up to 10, so 1 through 4. We have 6, 7, 8, 9 counted already in column. We have a duplicate 1 here. We have a duplicate 3 here. We're missing a 4 or a 5 here. 5 cannot be next to a grape because it's not 5 or more away from another digit. So that's 4, which makes this 5. 4 has to be next to 9, and this must be 6 and 9 to add up to 15. That leaves this as a 7, 8 pair. This can't be 6 or 7. This can't be 8 or 9. Sorry, this can't be 6 or 7 because it would be consecutive or the same as 6. This can't be 7 or 8. It would be the same or consecutive as the other 7 or 8 there. Because this cannot be a 6-9 pair. Adding up to 15, we would have 2 duplicates in column 9. So this is 6 and 9. That forces this to be 9 here. No, sorry, this is 6 and 9. This is 6 or 9 here. That leaves us as 1 and 4. Did I mess this part up? Maybe. Maybe not. 6 and 9 eliminate 6 and 9 here. That's 7, which makes that 8. 7 means this can't be 7 because they have to be opposite parity, so that's 8, which makes that 7. 7's consecutive with... I did mess that up. That's where I messed it up. 7... Yeah, I don't know how I don't know. I think I was thinking that this was the parity. 7 cannot be consecutive with 6, so this is 9, which makes that 6, which is 4 and 6. There we go. So that's where I messed up. This has to be a 1. And we have to have a 1, 2, 3 available here. So 1, 2, 3 is going to be 5 or more away from 6. There, yeah, so that was, yeah, that's kind of a big mess up. Oops. Okay. Well, yeah, 6 is consecutive with 7, so that's why that doesn't work. Okay. We're missing 1 through 1, 2, 3. Cannot be 5 because we're already missing a 5 in column 8. Okay, so there we go. That means these are 1, 2, 3, or 5 here. Ugh, that was bad. We're duplicating 6 through 9 there. Okay, so then this is still the same. We cannot go this way. That's 4 cells. So we have to go this route here. We cannot go up. That's going to be a... That would be a singleton digit here then, which does not add up to 15. So we have to have 2. We have to go here. We have to go here. We can't go here because that would be singleton digit also. So we cannot go this route. We're not going to be able to go anywhere of these because it's not going to be able to go anywhere else here. So F has to go there. That means P cannot go this route. P has to go this way, because of the logic I had before. She has to go here, here, and here. This is 6. This has to be even. So it's 6 or 8 with 7 or 9. That leaves us as 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly there. To add up to be 5 or more away from 7 or 9. Okay. This has to be 3, which is 5 or more away from 8 or 9. That leaves us as 1 through 4. This has to be adding up to 15, so 6 or 7. We already have a duplicate. It's 8 or 9 here. Each of these digits is next to a grape, so we must be missing a 5 in row 9. So that's 5. 6 or 7 is 5 or more away from 1 or 2. And this is 1, 2, 6, or 7 again. And because of this, these are opposite parities. This must be an odd sum with odd to add up to even, or odd sum with even to add up to odd. So this is odd sum here. So if we had 6 here, that would be 1. This would be 7 and 2, but that's not going to be odd sum, so this cannot be 6. Whereas the 6 then in row 9, it has to be either here or here. If this is 6, this is 6, this has to be 1. So we're guaranteed for part of the sum, it's going to be 1, which is odd. And that cannot be odd and odd added together. That's an even sum. So even plus odd would have to have an odd sum, but they would not be the different parities. So this must be 1 and 2 as a pair, which makes this 6 and 7. This must be at least 6 here, or 6 plus 1 to add up to 7. Again, this cannot be 7 here because I don't remember. Well, let's go. 1, 2, and 3 are possibilities here. You can add up to 7, 8, or 9 here. So this is 4, 5, or 6. Again, we have either this being 1, 2, 4 adding up to 7, 1, 2, 5 adding up to 8, or 1, 2, 6 adding up to 9. So we're guaranteed a 4, a 6, or an 8 here. Oh, these are different parities. These are different parities, so this must be an odd digit here for this to add up to the different parities. So since this is odd, it's 7, which makes that 6. This is 6 and 9. That leaves 9 there. 6 can only be 5 or more away from 1, so that's 1, that's 2. So this cannot be set. It cannot add up to 7 because we have a 7 there. So it's either 7 with 1 or 2 to add up to 8 or 9. So this cannot be 4. We have to have a 6 or an 8 here. That means we don't have duplicates here. 8 and 9 is 5 or more away from 1 through 4, which is 5 or more away from 6, 7, or 8. It cannot be 9 because these two digits must sum up to this digit. Again, we cannot go that route because then we'd have a singleton digit. It cannot go down this way and get a cupcake, so it has to go that way, but then these would be the same singleton sum. But the problem is the red courant means they're different parities, which means they're not the same sum. So that's why we have to go this route. Okay. These two digits by themselves cannot add up to a 15, so we cannot go that way. We have to go this way. Same problem here, so we cannot go that path. So we can't go that way, which means that's not possible. We can't go that way because then we have a singleton there, so we have to go this route. Okay, so these 3 digits add up to 15. These 2 add up to 15. So we have 6, 9, 7, 8. Okay. Three and 7 add up to 10. So that's fine there. We don't need this thing because we know we can't enter any of these. This is guaranteed to have a duplicate 7 or 9 here. So this must be 7 or 9 there. Remaining digits in this column cannot have 3, 7, or 9. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Okay. No 5 here. Oh, it could be 5. Oops. Okay, well, to keep that in mind. This cannot be 4 or 5 because that would be consecutive or the same as 4. This can't be 1 and 1 because it needs 1 and 9 to add up to 10, but we have already a 9 accounted for. So it could be 2, 8, or 4, 6, or 5, 5. I forgot about that. Okay. 2, 8, 4, 6, or 5, 5. We cannot have 2 and 8 here. That would be too many duplicates in row 7. So this has to be 4, 6, or 5, 5 here. That's 4, 6, or 5, 5 there. We cannot have 5 and 5 here because we already have a duplicate 7 or 9. So this must be 4 and 6. That eliminates 4 and that forces this to be 4 and 6. That means we already have a duplicate 7 or 9. We cannot have a duplicate 6 because that's too many duplicates. So this must be 8 and 7. That must be 5 or more away from 1 or 2. We have a duplicate 7 in column 6. So no more 4, 6, or 8 here. No 6 or 8 here. These digits must add up to 8 or 9. Okay, so how did I figure this out? This is the same parity as this because they're opposite parities of this single digit. And so they must be the same parity. And this is opposite parity of this, so this must be an these must be different parities, which means they add up to an odd sum. So this has to be 9, which makes that 2, that makes that 6, so we're duplicating 6 there. We cannot be duplicating anything else in row 8 because we are duplicating the 6, so this must be 1. No 1 or 2, it's 3. That leaves this as 5 or 7. We cannot be missing the 5 here because we're missing a 5 in row 9, so this is missing 7. Therefore, this is 5 left here. 6 is even, therefore this is odd. We cannot have a duplicate 1, though, so it's 3, 5, 7, 9. That adds up to 10 with 1, 3, 5, 7. Because we have a 5 here, so 15 minus 5 is 10. That makes this a 4, 6 pair. Oh, that's the reason why that was 4, 6. These must be 1 through 7, but we cannot duplicate the 7. So it's 1 through 6 here. These are opposite parities. 4 cannot be next to 2 unique digits. 5 away from those. And this can't be 9, so this cannot be 4 here. We cannot be duplicating 6 in row 7. We have a duplicate already of 6 in row 8. So no 6 there. These are both odd, so this must be even. 2, 4, 6, 8. These add up to 9. 1 and 8 is not possible. 2 and 7 is not possible. It must be 5 and 4. That makes a 6 to add up to 10, which makes that 4 to add up to 10. We have 2 or 8 here. This is 2 digits adding up to 9 also, so this is 1 and 7. Okay, never mind. We don't have the duplicate thing there. 2 and 8. So if this is 2, it has to be next to 7, 8, or 9 there. If this is 8, it's next to 1, 2, or 3. We have guaranteed 1 or 2 here. This is 1 or 2 there. This adds up to 9. So we have 1, 2, or 3 there. If it says 1, this has to be 2. If this is 2, this cannot be 1, and it cannot be 4, so this can't be 2. This is 1 or 3 here, which makes this 6 or 8. 1 or 3 is 2 and 6 here. It's a 1 to 2 ratio. This is odd, so this must be even. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is even, so this must be odd here. 1, 3, 5. So since this is odd, this sum must be even to add up to an odd sum of 9. Okay, so since this must be even, we cannot have a duplicate 2 or 3 here. Sorry. Since this must be even, this is an odd sum. This is an odd digit. It adds up to an odd sum with this pair. So this must be even as a sum. And the only way to get evens as a sum, you can't have 2 evens because we already have 4 evens in the row. We can only have 1 duplicate, so we can't ever have 2 evens. So this must be 2 odd digits here. So this is odd, which is 1 or 3 here. And this is 1, 3, or 5 here. So this has to be then, 5 is one of these digits. And we have 1 and 3 here. Okay. 1 and 3 cannot be duplicated in column 2. We already have a duplicate of 3 in column 7 and 1 in column 8. So, remaining digits in column 2 have to be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's quite a variety. We cannot have 9 here. That would be too big. This is in a 1 to 2 ratio with this digit, so it could be 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 6 or 8. No 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 8. Seven cannot be duplicated here, so this can't be 7 there. Because we have already 7 duplicated in column 6. Hmm. We're missing 2 in column 6. Okay. That means we cannot be missing a 2 in column 9. So this is either... What are we duplicating here? It's either going to be... This is 1, 9, which would... We would have to duplicate a 1, right? Hmm. Oh, these two add up to 10. So it's 1 and 3, 1 and 9, or 3 and 7. So we're guaranteed 7 or 9 here. We're guaranteed 7 or 9 here. But that's not saying very much, right? Um... This can't be 5 next to the grape. What we know is we can't have a duplicate 4 or 6 here. If we have a duplicate 4 or 6, it would be next to grape, which would mean we'd have a duplicate 1 and 9 here also. So this cannot be duplicate 4. Well, we can't have a duplicate 6 anyways because of 6 duplicated in row 8. So we have what? 2, 3, 1. It could be 1, 2, 3. No 5 because 5 cannot be next to a grape. So 1, 2, 3, no 4, 6, 7, or 8 is possible. We don't have any information there. 5 is not consecutive with 1 or 7. Oh, we have 5 odds guaranteed in row 5. And we have 4 evens guaranteed in row 4. Okay, that doesn't tell us very much. If we have 3 and 6 here, that means we already have a duplicate 6. So therefore, this would have to be 2 or 8. 3 and 6, that would force this to be no more duplicate 3, so that'd be 9 and 1, and that would be 7. What are we duplicating here? We have 3 evens guaranteed here. We don't know about that. Um, um, hmm. What are we missing here? Oh yeah, we're missing an odd digit because we have all the even digits. So this is missing 1, 3, or 9. Um, hmm, okay. Um, Technically we could have 4 here, right? Hmm. 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 We cannot be missing another 5 in row 6. And this is definitely not 5 next to the grape. This is an even digit. That's an even digit. So, where is 5 in row 6? It has to be there. And to add up to 9, this cannot be 5 with another digit, so this is a 1-3 pair. We cannot be missing 1 or 3 here in row 7, so we cannot have 1 or 3 there. We're missing a 9, which means this has to be 5 and 5 to add up to 15. Because we can't have a duplicate. If we had 3, 7, that would duplicate the 3 and the 7. If we had 1, 9, we would not be missing a 9 anymore, so this has to be 5 and 5. So we have a duplicate 5 here. Okay. These digits are 5 apart from each other that we're missing. So it's either 6 or 8. 1, 2, 3. 4 cannot be either of these missing. Well, we'll know that anyways. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. No 1 here because of 1 in the row. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. There. Remaining digits left missing in the rows 1 through 6 are 1 through 8. No 6 here missing. Since this can't be 4, this can't be 8 here. Since this can't be 6, this can't be 3 there. We're not missing a 1 because of 1 in the row. These have to be 5 apart from each other. It could still be 6. We're not missing 8 here. We're not missing 6 here. We have a duplicate 5 in column 4. So no more duplicates. That means we cannot have 6 here, which means we can't have 9 there to add up to 15. Um, hmm. These are in a 1 to 2 ratio, so it's 1, 2, 2, 4, or 4, 8, because we don't have the 3, 6 anymore available, because we have a duplicate 5. Remaining digits doubled in the columns are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Okay. This adds up to 15. What else do we have? So we can go either these two, we can go 3 here, we can go 4 here, potentially, or 3 this way. Um, If we just go 2, it would be, this would have to be 7 or 3, which both could work. Can we do 4? If we do 4, that would have to be 3, 2, 2, and 2. Maybe. Oh, if this is 1 and 8, that would be 3. Okay, 3 and 6 would be 1. Okay, so that's fine. No more duplicate 5s, either in column 1. This adds up to 10 here. So 1 and 9. But we can't have a duplicate 9. Ah. So this is 2 and 8, or it's 4 and 6. But we can't have a duplicate 6 anymore in a row. So this is 2 and 8. 2 and 8 is even, so this must be odd. We have 7 and 9 here. So this can't be 7. This is 6, 9, or 7, 8 here. 7 or 9 must be next to 1, 2, 3, or 4. To be 5 or more away from it. So this is 2 or 8, which makes this 1 or 4 there. Oh. This can't be 2. If this were 2, this at minimum would be 2, and at maximum would be 2 and 2. That's 4, which 11 adds up to 15. So this must be 8. We have 8 here. This is 2. That's in 1, 2 ratio with 1 or 4, so that works. This can't be 8, so this is 6 and 9. To add up to 15. So 15 minus 8 is 7. So it must add up to 7 here. 1 and 6, or 2 and 5. Huh. So how does that work? We have a duplicate 5 already, so this cannot be 2. 9 eliminates 9 here, so this is 3 and 7. So we have 3, 7 there, that's 2. This has to be 7 or 8 to be next to it. So this cannot be 3 digits here, or 2. It has to be 2 digits here for the path. So then this must be 7 and 2. So we have 7 and 2 there. That makes that 1. 1 and 8 add up to 9. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 3, which means this can't be 3, that's 1. We cannot have a 6 here, because then we don't have a duplicate. So it's 2, 4, 8 here as duplicate. This is missing a 6, so we must be missing 1? That doesn't work. Shoot. What am I missing here? Shoot. Hmm. Dang it. That sucks. Okay. Well, let's ignore this for now. I don't know if that's going to be good to ignore, but this has to be 1, 8. Shoot. No 1 here. That's 3. 1. No more 1. 7. Would still duplicate the 9. Or sorry, duplicate the 7. Oh wait, we're missing. No, we have a 7 here. We have 2 7s here. Okay, that's fine. So then this has to be 6. Okay, there we go. We're missing a 3, which forces this to be 8 that we're missing. We're duplicating the 7 there, so this cannot be 7. Okay, there we go. So then we cannot duplicate the 7, so this can't be 7. This is 9. We are missing the 8, so this can't be 8. So we're duplicating 2, 4, or 6. We cannot duplicate 6, so this can't be 6. It's 2 or 4, which is in a 1-2 ratio with 2, 4, or 8. Okay. We have 8. That's in a 1-2 ratio with 4 that we're missing. So we're missing a 4 in row 4. We have to have an 8. We have to have a 5. Okay, this is 4. We're missing a 4 here. So the remaining digits we have are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. We cannot have a 4 duplicated here. We're missing a 4 in row 4. This can't be 4 duplicated. Okay, this is 2 or 3. It cannot be 2 digits here. No more 6 or 9 here, or 7. Because we already have 6 and 9 and 7. This 6 could be duplicated here. So if this is 2, 5, we're duplicating the 2. What are we missing? We are already... So can it be... If we have 2, 5, we cannot be missing a 5 in column 5. Because we're missing a 5 there. So we must be missing a 1 here. So that means this has to be 5 and 2. We're duplicating 2. We're missing a 1. We're missing a 7 here. 1 means this can't be missing a 1. We're missing a 3 here. So this is 1, 2, 5. Remaining digits here are 4, 6, 8, and 9. This can't be missing 6 or 9. We are not missing a 6 there. We're not missing 8 and 9 there. So we must be missing 6 in one of those two. 6, 8, and 9 is there. No more 3, 4, or 8 here. It's 1, 2, or 6. This is not missing a 2. So this must be missing a 1, which means we cannot have 1 here or 1 here. These can't be missing 1. This can't be missing 2. So this is missing 6. That's missing 2. So no more 2 here. This can't be 6. So this can't duplicate 6. No duplicate of 9. No 6. No more duplicates of 2 here. We have a duplicate of 5, so the remaining digits here are 1, 4, and 8. One of these is a 1. Oh, 5 and 1 are the same parity, so this can't be 1, it's 4. That means we cannot have 4 here. 4 means this can't be missing a 4. We're missing an 8, which makes that 1. That means we can't be missing 8 here. We have a duplicate 6 here already. So this is 6, which means this can't be duplicate 2. It's 3. This can't be 6. It's 7, 8, or 9 there. No more. We're missing a 6 here. We're missing a 2. Here, we're guaranteed a 1 or 5 cannot be duplicated because we already have a duplicate 5. So this is 1. So this must be duplicate 1 or 3 here. That eliminates 1 and 3. No more duplicates. No 2. No more duplicates. No 4, 5, or 8. It's 6, 7, or 9 remaining. So these are all 6, 7, and 9. We can't have a 6 here. We have a duplicate 6 there. What else do we have? No duplicate 7 there. No duplicate 6 here. 4, 8, or 9. If this is 8, this must be 1, 2, or 3. We're missing a 1 in that row. If it's 2 or 4, it could be 6 through 9. No duplicate 6 or 9. So it's 7 or 8. Shoot. I have to go. I'm gonna pause. I'll be right back. I need to pick up something, so I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I need to pick up my food, so I did. So let's continue. We're almost done. Okay. We have a duplicate of 1, 2. Oh, we have a duplicate of 3 here because this has to be a 3 here. So duplicate 3, which eliminates 3 in the rest of the column duplicates that we have. So this must be 1. That means we no longer have 1 and 3 duplicated. We have 2, 4, and 2, 4, 8 duplicated. So this cannot be duplicate 3. It must be a 1, which leaves this as a 2, 3 pair here. Okay. We are missing a 1 here. We're duplicating a 6, and we're missing a 4 or a 9. Remaining digits here are 4, 7, 8, and 9. We have to have at least 1 4 here. So one of these is guaranteed to be a 4. This digit here No duplicate 1, 2, 5, or 7. So this has to be 3, 4, 6, 8, 9 as possibilities. So if this were if this were a low digit, it would be 3 or 4. So this could not be 7 here. Because the high digits obviously can't be 5 or more away from 7. And 3 or 4 is not going to be 5 or more away from 7 here. We are not missing a 6 here. Which means... Sorry, we are missing a 6 here, which means we are not missing a 4. So 4 has to be one of these two digits, and 4 can only be 5 or more away from 9. So this must be a 4-9 pair. And we don't have a duplicate 4, and we don't have a duplicate 9 in this row, so this cannot be 9 anymore. It's 8. This can't be 7 or 9, because we can't have a duplicate 7 or 9, so this must be the other 8. So this is duplicate 8, which means this can't be 8 here. So this cannot be a 2. This has to be a 3, which makes this 2 there. So this is a duplicate 2 there. That means this must be duplicate 4. So this is 4, which is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2 or 8. No more 2s available in row 3, so this can't be 2. This is 5. This can't be 1 or 5. It's 2. No duplicate 2s in row 4, so this is 8. 8 is 5 or more away from 3 only. That was 3, 7, or 8. We are... 8 eliminates 8 here. We are missing a 1. We cannot have a duplicate 9, no duplicate 5, no duplicate 8. So this is a 4-7 pair here. No duplicate 2. I can't read what those are. So the only possibility... Okay, we're missing a 4, so that means we have to have a 5 there. So this is 5. Okay. So this must add up to 15 with at least 3 digits. So even if we go here, and then if we try to go these two with that, that's not going to work. So it must be 3 and 4. If we try to have more than 3 digits, that's not going to work. It's 3 at minimum, 4 and 5. The next minimum would be 6 at minimum. So 3, 4, 5, 6 adds up to 18, which is too large. So it has to go 3, 7, and then 5. But we don't know which one of these 7s we have to get. This is duplicate 6. We're missing 4 or 9. We're missing a 4 or a 6 here. Okay. So we know what the paths are. Let's remove all the lines for red. Let's see if we're missing something. I don't think we are, right? Okay. We have 1 and 8 are 7 apart. 2 and 7 are 5 apart. 3 and 8 are 5 apart. 4 and 5 are opposite parities. We know this is one even and one odd digit. Ah, maybe that's it. Yes. We're missing a 4 or 6, which is an even digit here. So we have to have two... that's not true. Never mind. I was thinking that we could do something with that, but we can't really. Because we could be having 4 doubled or 8 doubled too. Oh, 8 cannot be doubled here. Well, there we go. Actually, we have 2 8s here. So this is 8. 8 cannot be doubled. So we have 4 or 9 doubled here. So this is 4 or 9 doubled. And we cannot... We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have to go 3 to 7 to 5, but we don't know which one of these is the 7. If this were 7, this would be 4. If this were 6, okay, how does that work? So if this were 6, that would force this to be 9 to be opposite 4. No duplicate 6 here, so that would be 9. So we'd have a duplicate 4, this would be duplicate 9, and that's fine. Right? We'd be missing a 9 there, no, a 6 there, a 4 there, and then a 9 there. So that seems fine. If this is 7, this cannot be 7. If this were 7, that would force this to be 4, because no duplicate 7s anymore. This would have to be 4. So that would be 9. That would be 9, and this would have to be 6. But we'd have one of each digit in column 1, which is not allowed. So this cannot be 7 here. What about if this is 9? If this is 9, I think we have something similar. 9 would force this to be 6. 9 and 4 are opposite parities, which would force that to be 9. And again, in column 1, we'd have one of each digit, but no duplicates and no missing digits. Therefore, this cannot be 7 or 9. It has to be 6, which makes that 9, which makes that 7. So the path has to go this way. So that's there. 9 is here, so we are not missing 9. We are duplicating 4 or 9, so we're missing a 6 here. Which means in column 2, we must be missing a 4. So this can't be 4. It's 6 and 9. Which makes that 7. That's 4. We're missing a 9 in column 3. And that should be good, so that's 4. Let's just double check everything's kosher. 4 is 5 away from 9, which is opposite parity of 6. 8 and 1 have a difference of 7. 2 and 7 have a difference of 5. 3 and 8 have a difference of 5. 4 and 5 are opposite parity. 4 and 2 are in a 1 to 2 ratio. 2 and 8 add up to 10. 8 and 9 are different parities. 8 and 6 are not consecutive or the same digit. 2 and 9 are opposite parities. 9 is 6 away from 3. 3 is 5 away from 8, which is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 4, which is opposite parity as a 1 of 5, which is opposite parity 8. 1 is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2. 8 and 3 are 5 apart. 3 and 9 are 6 apart. 9 and 2 are opposite parities, as are 9 and 6. 6 and 5 are opposite parities, as are 5 and 6. 9 and 7 are not consecutive. 8 and 9 are opposite parities, I should say. 9 and 7 are not consecutive and are the same digit. Neither are 7 and 5, neither are 5 and 7. 7 and 3 add up to 10. 3 and 6 are in a 1 to 2 ratio. 3 and 9 are not consecutive or the same digit. 6 and 3 are in a 1 to 2 ratio. 1 and 6 are 5 apart from each other. 9 and 1 are not consecutive or in a 1 to 2 or the same digit. 1 and 9 are 8 apart. 4 and 6 add up to 10. 9 and 7 are not consecutive. 1 and 2 are in a 1 to 2 ratio. 4 and 6 add up to 10, so does 6 and 4. 4 and 5 are opposite parity. 5 and 6 are opposite parity. 6 and 1 have a difference of 5, so do 2 and 7. 3 and 9 and 9 and 3 have a difference of 6. 2 and 4 are 1 to 2 ratio. 4 and 8 are 1 to 2 ratio. 1 and 4 are not consecutive and are not the same digit. 9 and 7 are not consecutive. We already did that. 8 and 7 are not the same parity. 8 and 6 are not consecutive or the same digit. And 9 and 4 have a difference of 5. We're doubling here a 9. This is doubling 4. So in each row, we have double 8. We're missing 6. In row 2, we're doubling 1. We're missing 2. In row 3, we're doubling 2, we're missing 1. In row 4, we're doubling 3, we're missing 4. In row 5, we're doubling 4, we're missing 8. In row 6, we're doubling 7, we're missing 3. In row 7, we're doubling 5, and we're missing 9. In row 8, we're doubling 6 and missing 7. Row 9, we're doubling 9 and missing 5. Column 1, we're doubling 4, missing 6. Column 2, doubling 9 and missing 4. Column 3, doubling 6 and missing 9. Column 4, did I just say column 4? This is column 3. Column 4, doubling 5 and missing 8. Column 5, doubling 2 and missing 1. Column 6, doubling 7, missing 2. Column 7, doubling 3 and missing 7. Column 8, doubling 1 and missing 5. And column 9, doubling 8 and missing 3. And then we have the section sum line. 5, 7, 3 is 15. 9 and 6 is 15. 8, 5, and 2 is 15, 7, 8 is 15, 9, and 6 is 15, 3, 5, 3, 1, 2, 1 is 8 plus 7, which is 15, 6 and 9 is 15, 7 and 8 is 15, 7 and 8 is 15, 6 and 9 is 15, 4, 8, and 3 are 15, 9 and 6 are 15, 5, 5, and 5 are 15. 6, 1, and 2 is 9, 7 and 2 is 9, 9 is 9, obviously, 3, 1, 5 is 9, 8 and 1 are 9, 2 and 7 are 9, 2 and 7 are 9, and 5 and 4 are 9. So that's the solution. Experiment completed successfully. Test date, May 13th, 1975. Cells visited, 51. Black currants eaten, 2. Red currants eaten, 5. Grapes eaten, 8. And golden berries eaten, 4. I wiped a tear from my eye as I unwrapped the gift. It was a delightful soft toy. A rat, of course. He must have been planning to give it to me after Zoe's birth. Alongside the gift was an envelope addressed to me. Okay. Yeah, what were the major mistakes that I did? This one. Yeah. I think I interpreted that not as a golden berry, but as a parody thing, as a red currant, which is when I messed up. Everything else was pretty much correct. Obviously, these have hard difficulty in execution, so it's always going to be a little bit difficult, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed that solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.